In this video, we're going to discuss some of the things we really like about the Shark Navigator Liftaway with Zero-M technology. Now, the Zero-M technology helps remove hair from the brush roll as you vacuum, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. There are several models of this Shark Navigator Liftaway with Zero-M technology. A couple of them are a plasma blue color, and a few others, like this one, are in a peony red. The machines are pretty much all the same. The difference is really down to the tool set. This is model ZU560, and we've laid out what you get with this model. You can see it comes with 3 tools. This is a combo tool, and it's a little different. It's got these really stiff rubber bristles, and it's meant to help dig up pet hair that gets really stuck or ground into carpet. And that whole face comes off, and you end up with an upholstery tool, which is good, of course, for upholstery or maybe for something like some bedding. This is a typical combo tool you get with a lot of vacuums. It's a crevice tool and a dusting brush. This is a wide upholstery tool. This would probably be good for something like doing a mattress. Now, you also get a owner's manual and a quick start guide. Now, we're going to kind of cut to the chase here. One of the first things we like about this vacuum is that Zero-M technology. So we're going to show a clip next where we compare the performance of the vacuum with another very good Shark machine, the Shark NV752. We run them both on medium pile carpet on some white pet hair, and you can see a difference with what gets gathered in the brush roll. So we've put down white dog hair on this medium pile carpet. We've got the Shark NV752 here. This is a popular machine. I actually like this machine quite a bit. However, it does not have Zero-M technology. So we're going to run it over this and then run it back and forth a fair bit. Stop, upend the thing, and take a look at that brush roll and see how much hair is caught up in the brush roll. So it's going to be on low pile carpet mode, and let's see how it performs. Okay, now let's upend the machine here. Take a good look at that brush roll. Yes, see, we got quite a bit of hair caught up in there. So, yes, you can see it doesn't have any kind of Zero-M technology. Now we're going to run that test again. This time we've got the same white hair on this medium pile carpet. We've kind of ground it in like we did last time. We've got the Shark Navigator with the Zero-M technology. We'll put it into carpet mode and see how it does. Okay, now we run it a little bit longer because moving it back and forth is what helps the hair get pulled away from the brush roll into the dust canister. So let's take a look at that brush roll. Okay, a little tiny bit left here, not much. And I'm pretty sure if I'd kept moving it back and forth like I would if I was vacuuming a floor or something like that, that this probably would have been removed and end up in the dust canister. So overall, you can see a vast improvement over what we saw with the NV752. In this next clip, we run the machine over a bunch of long black hair, and then we move the cleaner head back and forth, and you can actually see the hair slowly being removed from the brush roll and up into the dust canister. We like the lift-away feature on this vacuum. Now, the lift-away technology is something you see on a lot of Shark machines, and that's probably because it's popular and it works fairly well. Now, there's a button on the side here that allows us to lift up this whole assembly away from the cleaner head. And we can, another button on the back, if we want, detach the wand. So let's put a tool on the end of this. This is the combo crevice tool, dusting brush. And now, so I can carry this around and I can use this for cleaning. In addition, you don't have to use the full wand. Let's take the tool off of the wand. There's a button on the back here. Removes the wand from the handle. We can put that tool right on the handle. Again, I can carry this around and use this. Very handy. Okay, now putting it all back together, again, pretty easy. Remove the tool. Let's put the wand back on the handle. Put the wand, click it in there. And this just goes right back on top. And you're back in upright mode. We like that the vacuum has a simple suction release slider here. It's essentially just a gap that you can open and close. We're surprised at how many uprights don't actually have this kind of thing. It's got to be simple to build, and it's actually quite useful. For example, if you're going over a deeper pile carpet, finding it a little hard to move, sometimes reducing the suction under the cleaner head by opening this will help the vacuum move. In addition, if you just move this, take the handle off, if you've got a tool like this, let's say you're working on a set of drapes or maybe a lampshade, there's just too much suction. Well, again, you can open this here and make sure you're reducing suction at the end so you don't damage anything. Also, sometimes if you're dealing with an area rug, it might even stick because there's too much suction. Again, open the suction release slider here. And it doesn't always work, but it's handy to have the option. The dust canister on the unit is fairly large. It holds 2.2 quarts up to the fill line. And the fill line is somewhere around here. We vacuumed with this and we found that we didn't have to empty it that frequently, which is a good thing. We find it easy to detach, easy to empty, and easy to reattach. Now there's a release here to take it off. Comes off real easy. It's a button here that simply opens the bottom. You close it up manually, and then you just pop it back into the machine. Works pretty well. Now let's talk filtration. We like that the vacuum has a HEPA filter combined with a sealed system. The sealed system, Shark call anti-allergen complete seal technology. So if you see that terminology, you know it means a sealed system. So what we have here is a HEPA filter, which is great for removing allergens and small particles from the air, and combined with a sealed system, which ensures that air doesn't leak out in cracks and poor seals. Basically, any of the air entering that vacuum is going to end up going through all the filters and the HEPA filter before it's exhausted from the vacuum. That's very important. So we like that. Now, the machine has 3 filters that are all rinsable in water. So when they get dirty, you can rinse them. You don't have to go and buy another one. That's also nice. They're easy to access, easy to clean. So we've got 2 pre-motor filters. I just removed the dust canister here. You can see you've got a sponge filter and a felt filter. Typically, these you'll clean maybe about once every 3 months or so with average vacuuming, which I believe is somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 to 6 hours a week. Those are really easy to clean when you rinse them with water and they're completely dry. Typically after 24 hours or so, you can put them back in the vacuum cleaner. And your HEPA filter's in here. It's a little clip in the bottom, comes right off. Again, this guy is rinsable in water as well. You don't need to do this until maybe once a year or so. And it also pops back into place. I think I got that pretty easily. So that's it. We like that this vacuum isn't too expensive. You should be able to get it for $200 or so. It's less than the NV752. It's less than the Apex. So we think it's reasonably priced. Now we've done some cleaning tests on both carpet and bare floors and found that the machine performs fairly well. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. We're going to cut a clip in here where we compare pickup on carpet to that of the NV752. Now we put down 20 grams of small, medium, and large size debris in a long line, and we run each vacuum cleaner over it. This is kind of a visual thing. It's not particularly scientific, but we do find the machines pick up about the same. In addition, we've used this for several days on our low pile carpet here, and pickup has been pretty good. So we'll show you that clip now. We've got another clip on bare floors. Again, we're comparing the pickup to that of the NV752. We do notice on the pullback with the Navigator here that it sometimes pulls a little bit of debris back with it. It's not a particularly big deal, and overall the pickup on bare floors is pretty good. Vacuum also does a reasonable job of edge cleaning. We've got some chili flakes on the low pile carpet right up against the baseboard here. We're going to run the machine in carpet mode and see how good that edge cleaning is. Okay, that takes a little bit of back and forth. It's a pretty good job. Not every little piece is picked up, but I have to say pretty good. We like that the Shark Navigator Zero-M is fairly lightweight. Now we've lined up a number of full-size vacuums here, and let's walk over to the far end. This is the Dyson Ball Animal 2, and it weighs 17.4 pounds. Shark Apex with Duo Clean technology, 16 pounds. Dyson Ball Multifloor 2, 15.6 pounds. Now this is the Shark NV752. Again, 15.6 pounds, same as the Dyson Ball Multifloor 2. Shark Navigator Zero-M, 13.4 pounds. So it's substantially lighter than a lot of these other machines, and that does help if you have to carry it from room to room or say up and down a set of stairs. Now we also like that it's got swivel steering and it moves quite nicely. Now if we put it out here and move the machine back and forth, it's not on. You can see as I turn my wrist how that cleaner head easily swivels. So this thing is really easy to steer, and that lightweight helps a little bit to some extent. So we like that the machine is lightweight, and we like that it maneuvers well. So those are some of the things we really like about the Shark Navigator Liftaway with Zero-M technology. Now there are some things about this machine we don't like, and you can see those in our video entitled What We Dislike About the Shark Navigator Zero-M. Thanks very much for watching.